Alrighty, guys. One of those movies that has quietly flown under the radar for 2025. I didn't even include it, I think, in my most anticipated movies of 2025 because I just didn't know if it was going to come out this year. They've been so ambiguous with the release date for Knives Out 3 that it's been flying under the radar. But we've known for a little bit that Netflix at least intended to release Knives Out 3 in 2025. They did release Knives Out 2. I think this was 2022, if not mistaken, or 2023. I think it's 2022. Yeah, which is when they released Glass Onion. So that was Knives Out 2. And so to say, I love Knives Out, right? It's one of my favorite movies of all time. One of these days, I'm desperately trying to do a segment, if there's time in the week to dedicate a segment on my favorite movies and maybe talk about some of my other favorite movies as well. And Knives Out certainly makes that list. The ingenuity of taking a very simple whodunit and flipping it on its head. For those of you who haven't seen it, this is, I guess, a spoiler for the movie, but I would highly recommend going out and seeing it. But, the idea that you reveal what happened at the end, the murder, very early, but then it's about tracing the steps back throughout the rest of the movie. I think that that's super interesting and super smart. Glass Onion, I liked. I think that the twist with the twins was interesting, but I didn't like it as much, but I still liked it. And I think that one of the biggest just areas of potential that this movie has is that it is able to center on Benoit Blanc. It's a very tried and true trope of Sherlock Holmes or someone like Poirot from Agatha Christie. It's a very tried and true trope where you have the main character, but the cast of supporting characters, the main detective, I should say, and the cast of supporting characters around them changes every single adventure. And it's just great potential. And Rian Johnson, say what you will, I love The Last Jedi. No, I know not everyone else does. I love The Last Jedi. I think what he did with Knives Out and Knives Out 2 is just fantastic. So keep making these movies as long as you want. But Knives Out 3, again, quietly one of my most anticipated movies of the year. And then, we got a few weeks ago, or not a few months ago, the title is Wake Up Dead Man. Again, very cryptic. I mean, when we heard the title of the second movie, Glass Onion, no one knew what that meant. And then it revealed itself. But since then, it's been super quiet. I mean, you would have thought, and I know that it's releasing on Netflix with a very limited theatrical release, so it's not like they needed to put a theatrical release date on the calendar way in advance, I suppose. But it's getting up there. I mean, if it was going to release in 2025, we're less than 7 months away, I think, or just about 7 months away from the end of 2025. And so, you'd think a trailer would be coming out at some point and a release date. And so then we get some cryptic news. Now, by the time this segment and this podcast come out, the news might have changed. This might be a teaser to an actual trailer coming out that would reveal the information we're going to talk about here. But it looks like the release date has been very subtly and cleverly revealed. And I think this is really fun. So on the social media accounts for this movie, I believe, they posted just a very cryptic teaser. And the teaser was a quote. It's a quote from the Bible, from the book of Proverbs, chapter 12, verse 12. And this is what and that's going to be important later on. But this is what the quote says. Quote, "The wicked desire the stronghold of evildoers, but the root of the righteous endures." It's very philosophical. It's very existential. It's very moral. And who knows what this means, right? I'm sure that when the movie comes out, it'll make more sense. The thing that people have been keying on, though, is Proverbs 12:12. It's a very specific quote, right? Proverbs 12:12, that I'm sure has some significance to the movie. But what people are beginning to put together, and I think is 100% true, again, no one's confirmed this from the studio, but I think this is 100% true, is 12:12 is December 12th, right, in terms of dates. And December 12th is a Friday. Now, if December 12th was another random day, a Wednesday, a Monday, a Tuesday, I don't know if this would have meant as much. The fact that this is on a Friday, generally when 95% of movies are released, some are released on Tuesdays or Wednesdays and holiday weekends and Thursdays for Thanksgiving, but most movies are released on Fridays, leads me to believe that this is the release date for the film. And it's a very subtle and clever way of revealing it. So I think we can take to the bank, again, no one's confirmed it, but I think we can take to the bank that I almost said Glass Onion, Wake Up Dead Man will be releasing in theaters for a limited time and then releasing on Netflix on December 12th, 2025, which means I think we should, based on this teaser as well, we should be getting some more marketing material shortly. Like I said, by the time this segment comes out, this podcast comes out, we might have even gotten a trailer. I don't know. Maybe this is a precursor. So I'm very excited for that because, again, I'm very much looking forward to this movie. Guys, what do you think of, or first of all, are you excited for Wake Up Dead Man? Are you excited to see the return of Benoit Blanc? I am very much excited to see it. And let me know what you think about this little cryptic teaser and the release date in the comments down below.